Right, well guys, good news, I'm back onto the big truck. Now, ignore the puny little wheels, they're just because my able assistance here. I know, you've dribbled all of me already. The wheels that I had on it are crawler wheels, and so therefore they keep going flat if you leave it stood long enough. Dog's claiming attention now. Right, this is the second time I've done this now because my phone had an issue fit and destroyed the last. It was corrupted. Right, so where am I at? The bonnet hood is finished. I've recreated the hinge, glued in the vents, painted it. That's finished. Starting to put the interior in. You'll notice windows. Hey, I've not actually done anything with the truck because I mounted the shock hoops. The suspension now all fastens and hangs from the chassis rails, not the floor pan, so now I can separate the two as and when. That was becoming a bind because the shocker's fastened to this plate here, and yeah, that needs to be redone now, but that's a little job. I need to do the firewall, and I still need to mount the servo. I've got a dummy servo there, like you can see, and a long servo horn, so I just need to fiddle with that next. Now, I've been a bit fed up with this. I sort of went on to other stuff, but I've come back to this now, so this is why, because it's all the boring faffy bit now. I've done all the fun stuff. Right, for my friends across the pond in America and Canada, these swing open doors, not a drop down tailgate, what do you call them? I've been calling them barn doors, but is that what they're actually called? Could somebody comment and tell me what in America and Canada you actually call the back doors in an excursion like this? Because I don't actually know. Now I need to finish prepping these. Now I noticed that if I hung them straight to this pillar here, either side, they would be wonky and lifted in the middle, because this isn't quite straight. We'll keep that to ourselves. So there's some fit and finish to do there. So that's where I'm at with that. I've not actually done anything. I only started on this again today. Like I said, ignore the puny wheels. They're just I got sick of every time I picked it up, the tyres had a flat spot because of the nice super soft foams. Right, now, good news and bad news, I have abandoned the four-wheel drive Blackfoot. I could do it, but not keeping the original chassis looking as it does. So when I find the electronics to go back in that, I'm just going to get it running, have fun with it. It's a two-wheel drive. I'm going to have lots of fun. That's it. Job done. So that leaves me with a question. What do I do with the two chassis that I'd earmarked for it? Well, put them back together. That's what I do with it. I had a mooch around the house. I found most of the pieces. I've got the front shockers have no oil in them and very weak springs, so I need to do a rebuild on those. I have the I'm going to call it a gearbox. I don't know what you call the centre one on a truck like this. I have that and the two drive shafts somewhere. When I find those, this car is complete. It needs a body, so therefore, where are we at with that? Right, now, I've had this truck. When Thunder Tiger made these, they made them with, like, there's a triangular, I'm going to call it a nub, on the end of this CVD, CVA, whatever you want to call it, which fits into a triangular recess on the hex. Now, they make two types of hexes for these. Plastic ones that are just like a normal hex, but they have that recess in, so these like fit normal wheels. Or they have like what look like hex extenders, and they're in two sizes, like small and the long ones. Now, if I put the long one on this and put some bigger wheels on it, it had the chassis on it at one time. It had this body on it at one time. I abandoned it when all the paint fell off. I painted it, bought the wrong paint. I was given the wrong paint. I'm still not sure I purchased the wrong paint. I'm pretty sure I was given the wrong paint. Anyway, moving on. And after 2 or 3 runs, it all started to just flake off in big chunks. So I put it in some water, I put it in a bowl of water and got a little scrubbing brush at it. And that's all the paint that actually stuck. Now, that's what colour it was. It looked beautiful on this chassis, which is, as you can see, is just the right length. It's just perfect. But this is an HPI Savage shell, so I'm going to put that back on there. Now, I've bought some Team Associated body mounts, Pro Rally and Pro Light body mounts for this, so I'll have to re-drill the holes, but that is going on there. And brushless, these things are mental. Right, so that's one of the chassis that were earmarked for the Blackfoot. The other one is here. Now, I can show you the reason why I didn't buy any reproduction decal sheets for that. Now, I mentioned in my other video that somebody very nicely sent me a decal sheet for these, but they were reproductions. Now, this is what happens to them when you leave them in a cold loft. These are the original stickers. These are all different colours, but they're all just shades of pink. Like the gum out sticker, that was the same red as the 100% sticker above it originally. So I just dug into my sticker sheets and just sort of threw a few decals on it. And I just thought to myself, ooh, we'll need to fit that to something. So I rebuilt the Emaxx chassis. It's only got 4 shocks instead of the 8, but that gives it a very plush ride. Now, the third one of these that I mentioned is in the shed. It's extended to a 1/6. It's going to be under the FG Ford F-150 shell that I've got. But I have this intact gearbox. 2-speed forward only, but it doesn't seem to work properly. So I'm going to get the chassis plate off the extended truck, fit it back in this, fit the gearbox, fit the drive shafts, and see if it works. I just need to get spur gear to convert it to electric, and that's done. So that's project number 2. That's going to cost virtually nothing. Hopefully it doesn't need any parts. Bear with me for a moment while I try not to throw this thing on the floor. It's got a mind of its bloody own. Right, now I'm going to pause this now because I'm bringing the other Emaxx in, and it's a big puppy, so it needs plenty of space. Okay. Oh, yeah, before I do that, I've had this. This, I thought, was an Emaxx shell. It even has marks for the recesses to go over the bumper, but I'm beginning to think it doesn't fit an Emaxx. It isn't an Emaxx. I think it's actually a Tamiya TXT shell. TXT1 shell, because they are very similar style. And I think that's actually a Tamiya shell. So I got it in swaps, and it just doesn't fit anything. As you can see, like, it's got the recesses for the bumpers. So I'm wondering if the TXT had similar bumper up front. Anyway, that's right. Let me get my truck. Right, now this is technically not the oldest truck I've got, but it's the one I've had the longest. When I got into the hobby, I had a few toy grade ones. And then, I don't know if anybody remembers it, there was a magazine in the UK and Europe as well called Radio Controlled magazine. You got to build a Subaru Impreza weekly. And that is actually my first hobby grade RC. Crap, but I still have it. So, here we go. Now, this one has had various shells in it. But this is a shell, this is Old Faithful. This is probably to me, one of my best looking trucks when it's in fine fettle. It used to have, this shell used to be black and it looked better black. I painted it white and it was like, It started out as a crew cab, which I shortened. I extended the Emaxx to fit the crew cab, and I thought, oh no, I want a standard Emaxx, so I shortened the shell to fit the standard Emaxx. So there we go. This has been brushless, it's been twin Titans, and now it's sporting a lovely Titan 775 in here. As you can see, it's had lots of repairs. Now, I did some swaps and this shell went out, and I actually got it back from somebody else about 18 months later, and they'd trimmed it to fit on a nitro buggy. So that's why the big hole at the front, and they'd cut a huge section of it out for the motor. Now, I rebuilt that with styrene, and I think I actually did a pretty good job with that. I'm impressed with, oh, let's take it off. Doesn't want to let go. Fits well. I'm impressed with the repair on that. So I am in the process of refinishing it and rebuilding it and gluing it back together. And but the front bumper's hanging off, the back bumper's hanging off. every time I take it out, it just gets trashed. So I thought it's time to retire that. Actually, this Emaxx, believe it or not, is the same wheelbase as that SX10, so I may fit it on there. There's about a few mils difference. So yeah, right now, this is a GMC top shell. I bought this about 3 years ago to put on this truck. Now, obviously, it's designed to fit the Emaxx and E-Revo, so it's the right wheelbase, but I've got a bit of an issue with the body mounts. They fit there in the middle of the windshield. I don't want them there, but they don't reach the hood. Did you just move that truck, there, monkey? So they don't. So I've got some reimagining to do. There's no way of moving them. They're actually RPM ones, because, well, they're a common piece to break on an Emaxx. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but this shell is going on this truck. Finally, it's gone where it's supposed to be going. I've tried to make a crawler out of it. It's a weird wheelbase. Despite being the same wheelbase as an Emaxx, it doesn't fit that. I can't understand why. My little brain can't work it out. But yes, so that's where we are. I'm going to have 3 Emaxxes. I'm going to have 3 Thunder Tigers. 3 crawlers. Yeah. So that's the plan. Yeah. This motor, when I last took this truck out, this motor did not do well at all. I think it's been sat in a dusty area and got full of dust, and then I ran it, so I may have damaged it beyond repair. I'll dunk it in some water and run it, clean it, and then oil it and see if it revitalises it. There's some trimming and cutting to do to get one of these to fit an Emaxx, but this is all after the fact. When I've built this bit by bit over the years. I didn't buy it as an entire truck, but now it's pretty much, with the exception of the very old aluminium skid plates, all, and the repurposed drive shafts from another one. It's all original now. It's the same as the last one that they did, the 390 or whatever. I don't know the number, but yeah. So that's where we're at. Things are happening. We're getting into painting season, so I need to get myself some paints. I haven't decided what colour to do this. It was going to go Ironhide from Transformers, but everybody's done that to death. So I changed my mind. I've got enough black body shells over the years. I don't want any more black ones. I actually have a Proline Desert Rat shell, brand new one, knocking around somewhere. So I may convert one of the Thunder Tigers to a short course truck. So that's also a free one, pretty much. The truck exists. All I have to do is fit the body and paint it. Well, it didn't technically exist. I'd have to extend it, but it's just a matter of getting new drive shafts and making a chassis plate, which I've done so many times now I can almost do it in my sleep. You just make a copy of that, draw it a bit longer, and cut it out of a bit of aluminium. A lot of elbow grease. So, right, there we go, peeps. 30 minutes of me rambling about RCs. Nowhere near a running video yet, unfortunately. I haven't even touched the Land Rover. It's still up there gathering dust. I haven't touched the Ranger. Got a lot of paint to buy. Anyway, like I said, painting season's upon us. It's getting warmer now, so it's looking like we'll maybe get some work done. Woohoo! Right, so I'm going to crack on with the steering servo for that puppy next, and see if I can get that thing actually running. Now, I decided to refit, actually, on a side note before I sign up, I decided to refit the original front, but it doesn't fit with the chassis, and I was going to bolt the bumper to the chassis, not to the body, so I'm deciding what to do about that. Oh, excuse me. I've trimmed the arches, so now the bumper overhangs, so I may be ditching that at some point. I may be putting that up for sale, I don't know. Right, anyway, so 15 minutes, right, thanks for watching, peeps. More soon. Bye.